which was carried out under the supervision of Professor Dr. Zakir in 2019 and 20. So everyone know that Chassaddah is the first capital of Gandhara, and Sir Alexander Cunningham discovered the traces of the last ruins of this city, and for the first time the site of BalaHisar was identified by him. And the famous coins of the goddess of Pushkalavati is named after this coin, and one of the inscriptions reported by Sajjad Marshall. So the site is located. The site, the BalaHisar is also means high fort in Persian. So it is situated on the right bank of Jindi River in district Chassaddah. It is approximately 25 kilometers northeast of Peshawar. It is a large mound covered an area of 25 hectares and stand almost to 23 meters, almost 25 feet in height from the surrounding area. The site was first reported and excavated by Garrick in 1882 from the 4th Company of Bengal Sapper and Miners under the supervision of Alexander Cunningham. So he generally draw the plan of the mound, where he identified palace, harems, wells, temples, treasures, and stable on the top of the mound. And you can see from this drawing. For the second time, the site was visited by Sir John Marshall, who excavated the site of Chassaddah, Palatudire, and BalaHisar. So he excavated the site in 1902, and he mostly exposed the top of the structure, like large hall, a chamber of Islamic period. And you can see from this drawing that some of the sketches of the structure when he reported. The site was, this was the major excavation of this site, and it was conducted by Sir Mortimer Wheeler in 1958. It is very important. He cut out the main section of the western mound, and he established the complete chronology of the site, and you can see in the pictures. This is some of the photograph of this excavation, the main cut of the CH1 trench, and the defensive trenches in the lower area. This is again a series of trenches in the lower portion of the mound. This is this section. So according to Wheeler, the mound was first represent intensive occupation from the 6th century BC and is related with the occupation of Achaemenians. And the second one is stated with Alexander the Great, and he compared this site with the famous site of the Mound in Chassaddah. This is the excavation. This is the 4th excavation of the Department of Archaeology, collaboration with Bradford University, under the supervision of Roman Cunningham and Dr. Esanali. They excavated the site and they confirmed the Wheeler trenches in the lower portion, where with this, they make a tour planner and geophysical investigation, and they date back the site to 11th century BC. And you can see the photograph. Dr. Kazi Saab is there. Mukhtar Ali Durrani, BalaHisar Saab, and Gulreed Saab, I think, is sitting in the row past row. This is the picture of the general view of these trenches of CH3 and 4. This is again different trenches, and the one, the CH3 looking from the south, and they confirm the Wheeler ditch defensive ditches. This is general plan that shows the different excavation in their trenches, and you can see marked with CH1, CH3, 4, and the excavation trenches of 1993 to 2000. So come to the topic, and this is the project which was carried out under the supervision of Professor Dr. Zakir. And you can see our respected teacher, Nisim Khan sir, and Mohammad Naeem Bacha sir, while we were grading the site. This is the contour plan of the BalaHisar. And you can see the new trenches is laid down on the top of the western trenches. And this is made by Chassaddah. The grading. So in 2019, the initial grading was started, and the site is divided into 460 grids, measuring 25 by 25 meters each. We start from the EX6 trench from the top, and these were extended in 2020. Mainly these trenches were 7, 8, 9 or 10. In October, we started from the 10 trench to the lower one, FX3. These are the top of the Mound trenches, 7, 8, 9 and 10. This is the main cut of our trench, and you can see we followed 10 and EX6. A new trench was laid down at the lower portion, FX3, to know the actual the lower deposit, to date the lower deposit. We excavated this. This one is from the. Okay. This is the lower trench of FX3. This is the, after the excavation, you can see the lower trench of FX3, and all of the material is found in fragmented form, and most probably fallen debris from the top. This is the main trench, and you can see total 15 layers, main 15 layers were observed, and almost the depth of this trench is 12.30 meters. And in these layers, coins actually, my presentation is on coins. So from the top we have, from layer 2 we have recovered coins. They most probably Shahi period kinds. The fifth layer is contained coin, the sixth one, and the last one is 9. So total 5 kinds were reported, but one from the surface. So Professor Dr. Zakirullah Jani extended this trench to the eastern mound. So this is the trenches of eastern mound, and we on the top we laid 4 trenches in which we excavated 3 trenches, CH1, 2, and 3, and 4. So numismatic evidence, these are roughly dated. We are working on the report. So total 11 finds were reported from the present excavation, both from the 5 kinds from the western mound and 5 kinds from the eastern mound, and 1 kind is from the surface. So these kinds are most probably associated with the Indo-Greek, Kushans, and Shahi. So the kinds were very much in corroded form, and so after cleaning and conserving it in the conservation lab of the federal department, and these are associated with the Indo-Greek, Kushans, and Shahis, respectively. This is the eastern mound, and the arrow shows the excavated trenches. From the eastern mound. So all of these are Indo-Greek square type finds from the eastern section, and all of them are found from layer 3. From CHA and CHC, these trenches containing coins. And the first coins is associated with the Indo-Greek, and the 5 kinds are associated with the associated with Menander, and you know the most powerful ruler of Indo-Greek period. So his copper kinds. So he issued kinds in gold, silver, and copper in large number. But these are his copper kinds go in square form. In what type of region on his upwards is Basilios Sotiras Menanderi, which means the great king, the invincible Menander. And similarly on the reverse, it is spoken Kharoshti in Maharaja Ratarasa Menandrasa. And these are the half unit of Menander, and you can see it is almost defaced, but on the way Raya and I discussed it with some of my teachers and one of our friends. Henry King and bust on right, and the reverse is illegible. The next one is elephant head to right, and Greek inscription most probably illegible, and the reverse is club. And the inscription, the first inscription is illegible. This is again these are from the eastern trench. This is again a bull head in Greek inscription, and the reverse is most probably tripart, and the first inscription is illegible. The other series from the eastern mound, from the western mound. So the western mound contain all or no Indo-Greek kinds, but Kushan kinds, and 1 from Shahi kind. So the first kind is associated with Kabila practices. And according to the Rabatak inscription, he was the great grandfather of the renowned Kushan king Kanishkwana. Next. So this is his kinds, and almost it is difficult to identify. So the coinage of Chassaddah countries illustrate expansion of Kushan religious perspective. So he issued his several group of kinds. This is one of his kinds. The next one is associated with Havishka, and this is his imitation with the reduced weight and diet. The king riding on elephant, right, and the reverse is illegible. The next one is Vasudev. This is quite clear, and it is in good form. This is discovered from the top of the mound, not from the excavated area, from the western mound. And you can see the extending king facing left with scepter and Vishu and bull on the reverse with Bactrian inscription, but it is illegible.
So that is from the surface?
Sorry, and this is from the western mound.
From the surface?
Yes, sir. So this is the late Kushan kinds, the continuation of Kushan kinds in late period, and you can see the extending king facing left, and most probably Unishu standing before bull facing left. This is one of the kinds of most probably Shahi period, and we stand with bull facing left, lying down. The inscription is missing. The tree is slightly visible. Horsemen facing right.
So conclusion. From the surface?
No, sir. It is from the layer 2 from the top. Conclusion. So the kinds recovered from the present excavation strengthen the chronology of the site. Before, we don't have any research on the kinds of this site, although the site excavated for 4 or 5 different period of excavations by different teams. So the present numismatics find include kinds of Indo-Greek, and that is Menander. So all the kinds from the eastern mound is stated with Menander. And one is from this is from the western mound Havishka, and one of the official issue of Vasudev of the later Kushan. One of the single specimen of the Shahi period included in the present lab. This is quite amazing that before we don't have any kinds of this period. Okay, suggests that the site was under the occupation of Indo-Greek, and this Indo-Greek kinds are only found from the eastern mound. So a number of people helped me to identify, and this is my professor, Professor Dr. BalaHisar, the Department of Archaeology, and Geocrypt, former keeper of kinds in British Museum. And Mr. Saddam Hussain, who is sitting here, he helped me a lot to identify some of the kinds. Thank you so much.